Before they run down the hill at Clemson, they touch Howard's rock. Only if they're ready to go, because if they're not, as Frank Howard himself said, keep your stinking hands off my rock. Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina, home to the Tigers. Today, a clash between a couple of ACC rivals in a game that could have big-time implications for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the winners of 4 straight, the SMU Mustangs, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Mustangs will kick it off to get us underway. And he's coming out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So the Clemson Tigers will have some work to do after that short return. And here comes the big fella, a staple of this aerial attack, Jesse.
And he's a guy that can line up all over the field, David. There's matchups out there waiting to be taken advantage of.
Yeah, and it's so nice to be able to... Easy to play quarterback when you can feature a guy like this that's fast, big, and strong.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Feeling some heat. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Defense came on the field with fresh legs, and here on just the 2nd play of the drive, they're able to get a sack.
Quarterback checking off. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Got his man downfield. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. The Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. The run from the shotgun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive that he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for...
He's looking deep. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And that 3rd down pass left a vapor trail, but it's incomplete. Clemson will send the punt team out. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Slips through the line. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. So the SMU Mustangs offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
Looking downfield, it's Hicks. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
That is an awesome play up front right there, crashing that play in the backfield. It's funny, when you think back to Clemson, remember when Trevor Lawrence won a national title his true freshman year? It wasn't necessarily about Trevor Lawrence. They won that title because of their defensive dominance, especially on the D-line. That may have been the best D-line we've ever seen in college football. And I tell you, sometimes this dude looks like he could start on that D-line. He's that talented.
Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Wide out in motion. Pulls and fires complete. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He's looking to throw it. He's going for the big play. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. This conference has a history of getting wacky, and the last thing you need to do is get off to a slow start in ACC play.
And what does everybody talk about every year, right? Like conference games, how much they matter, the familiarity with everybody around you. You can only start this one time, so let's bring that energy, bring that momentum. Who wants to start the season off with?
Well, the ACC is a conference that feels like oftentimes it just goes down to the wire. And those games late in the season are the ones that really determine what happens. But you've got to set yourself up for success, and it starts right here in the first conference game in the ACC for your team.
The Tigers look to keep this drive humming. They'll run it from the gun. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
On second down, they'll take to the air. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Yeah, you could tell he was locked in. And plays are meant to go to certain guys, but sometimes you got to get back, you got to read the defense, and make a different decision if they play the right defense. And right there, that was one of those times.
Fires to the wideout. It's caught downfield.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He's looking to throw. Working the middle, it's complete. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. And the Tigers are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks. After another clutch third down conversion, it's first and goal. The snap sets up the throw. Got his man on the right. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. They'll keep it on the ground, right up the gut, looking for 6. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers!
Can't start a game any better than that. Defense gets the stop, gives it back to the offense. You march down the field, you score. They are in a great rhythm now on both sides of the ball.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. They go to the ground. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Back to throw. It's Hicks. Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they got it at the 42. The Mustangs have it with a 1st and 10. Wide receiver shows motion. From the gun, the ground game.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Mustangs will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. That is coverage just the way they designed it, and they've got them backed up. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Finds the tight end.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Looking to the big tight end. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Makes the tackle at the 31. It's a pickup of 5 on the play.
I know the passing game sells, and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. Got his man on the outside. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down.
Right. 2nd quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some 1st downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
Got enough space. Touchdown, Clemson. And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Getting some heat. Setting up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. Back to throw, it's Hicks. Shoots it to the left. He's got it. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. They'll throw it on first down. Pocket starts to collapse. And the throw out to the sideline, good for a few. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. And now on second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Third and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on third down. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He'll pull it down. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. That's the way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. He'll come out throwing on first down. He lobs one high down the left side. And how about that DB getting a hand in there? Incomplete pass. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. The incomplete pass leaves him with second down. The give to the back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Now on second down. Give to the single back. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work so far in Death Valley, and welcome into the halftime report. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those two stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. Time to see how things play out the rest of the way as we send it back to our guys in Death Valley.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Ready to start the second half, and Clemson will kick it away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. They'll line up for a second down play. From the gun, the give, looking for room. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The Mustangs moving quickly to the line. Looking to pass. It's Hicks. Finds his man down the middle. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. And the Mustangs are rolling down the field.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job.
Always a welcome play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47. After the big first down sack for the D, it's second down. He's looking to throw, using the quick game. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. The Mustangs will line up to punt it away. He won't be able to return this one as it goes out of bounds. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Power football with the run. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next time.
He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Handoff from the gun. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark.
Right, great little run. Listen, it wasn't, we didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes second down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it, still in a great position, ready to stay ahead of the chains.
They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. As they come to the line on third and short from the 43, I wonder if they already know they'll go for it if they don't make it here. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened here.
On fourth down, trying to keep the drive alive with the run. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. A shot for the end zone. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming.
Man, it's so hard to play defense nowadays. You got a strike zone where you can hit people. You get flagged for targeting. You get flagged for pass interference. That was beautiful. Great job in the end zone, making it a hard window to throw into, and when he caught it, making him feel it.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Pressure coming. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
They'll run it from the gun. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Dropping back, it's Hicks. They're bringing heat. Slides away. Short gain on the play before he slides.
Those always sting a little bit when you get so close to getting the QB to the ground, creating a negative play, and then all of a sudden he turns it into something positive. Just really annoying as a defensive guy.
One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
And they make the tackle, not before he gets the first down. Now let's see if they rush to the line or let the time run out here in the third. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. Looking to move it through the air. Fires and picked off. Got some room to run. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
It doesn't get any better from your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Productive 4-yard gain there on the ground as he gets it down to the 31.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Ball's at the 27. It's third and short. Can they avoid making that fourth down decision? Looks as if Clemson will have the first down.
That has got to feel good if you're this offense picking up that first down by running it, because we know the struggles they've had this season, particularly on third down. So to come out here, run the ball, keep the drive alive, let's see if they can generate a little bit of momentum.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Firing to the end zone. And the incomplete pass, taking a shot. Down, and they'll be left with a third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Tigers! With that in the lead, nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He wants to throw. Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He'll loft one deep down the left side. He's got it at the 30. He's loose down the left side. Touchdown! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it. Well, I'm not sure who was closer to the receiver there, the defensive backs or us here in the booth.
That was great execution on offense. Receiver wins the route one-on-one, shows off his speed, gets himself wide open. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that ball. Nice job.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Coming after it. And the freshman will chalk up a sack. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
Clemson will send the punt team out. They'll look to pin them deep. Hand goes into the air for the fair catch, and the catch is made around the 40. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. Back to throw, it's Hicks. Moves around to clear up the vision. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards.
The scramble by the QB.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Finds his man. It's Baldridge. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
And here comes the offense on second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Catch in the middle, it's Brown. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. Looking to throw it again. Got his man quickly. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. And the Mustangs want to move quickly. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the third down.
And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, SMU! Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now, I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different-looking team than what we saw earlier.
From inside the 10, here he comes. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this would be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest easy right now. You just watch the opponent drive down the field and score a touchdown of their own, so you've got to answer that here. Your playmakers better step up.
And I don't know what it is about momentum. In all the locker rooms and all the years, coaching, everything, you can't quantify it, you can't measure it. And the momentum has swung to the other side. You got to get it back.
Fires left. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. He was looking for a little more on that return, but he hands this offense a short field at the 35. So this defense has to protect the lead, but they can also end the deal by putting the quarterback down. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? Still on the 35-yard line after that incompletion. Here comes 2nd and 10.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy has had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Back to pass, it's Hicks. Keeps it going. Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on third down.
Interesting call here for the head coach, too, because you need a touchdown. Now it's 4th and long. You could kick the field goal and cut into the lead, but depends on how much you trust your defense right now. They may go for this one, guys.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. It's 4th down now, and this likely the final snap before the 2-minute warning. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. We have reached the 2-minute warning, and time is of the essence if this offense is going to make a play. Line gets set, first down. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's off to the races. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Clemson. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Offense is headed back onto the field. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to be.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. To throw, it's Hicks. Trying to get to it. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. They're trying to get to it. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. It's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
Feeling some heat. And the pass is intercepted. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a...
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make it.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Tiger. Now they've got a little breathing room after that score, and a Week 6 victory is in the offing, it appears. point as they push the lead to 19 here in the fourth. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee in this. The 25. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. The deficit is large, hope is fainting, but they'll try to finish strong.
Made a lot of mistakes in this game, and that's why it looks like they're going to take the L. Lots of things to improve on, lots of things to coach upon, and at this point, I think if you're a head coach, David, you're just trying to see which of your guys aren't quitting late in the game.
Yeah, which is a real thing, by the way. Who's going to compete to the final whistle? What do we talk about all the time? Coaches are always preaching to these guys.
The freshman able to get home with the sack. The Mustangs are in the hurry-up. Looking for a man, it's Hicks. Here's a throw downfield late. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
He lofts one down the sideline. Got it. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. Timeout called by the offense. 29 seconds left on the clock. And while the game is all but decided, why not try to get another one if you can? That's part of the fun, right? And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Now on second and goal. Tries again to get it in. Touchdown Tigers! And the route is on. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Looking for a productive play on first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Looking down the middle. It's caught. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on first down. Dropping back, it's Hicks. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Throws to the wideout. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And he's down, and this game will end on a turnover. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominating performance.
You've got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All three phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points, and win by a lot of points.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer,